$90,000 a day. A movie star makes $90,000 in one day. It's pretty good. Yeah. Now, do the math. In a 6-month period, they get the $25 million. They work probably about 6 months out of the year. Now, sometimes they will have them come back and do touch-ups and stuff throughout the year, but it's not like real work. It's like follow-up work. They may come in and do a voiceover, stuff like that. Those guys are making $90,000 a day. That's really good. iPhone 17 Pro, they need a touch-up on this thing. The little trigger right here. They need a touch-up on it. It's too clicky, and it doesn't always come on when you think it's on. It does make kind of a photography noise, like click, like a camera would, like right here, click. The only problem is you got to live with that, or you can cut it out of the show. If you use the screen only, it's quieter. There's not more of a quick click, but the click does draw the attention. It can draw the attention of the audience, especially if it was in a major motion picture. At the click sound, everybody would, their eyebrows would go up and go, "What was that?" Yeah. If you're watching a regular major motion picture done by Paramount or something like that, or let's say 20th Century Fox or Touchstone, or let's say Warner Brothers, or let's say Disney, and you're watching it, and all of a sudden you heard a click noise, like the noise it makes whenever you hit this, everybody's eyebrows would raise, and you'd be like, "What the hell was that?" And everybody would be like, "What in the world am I watching?" All right, right here, we got a thing called The Table. They're pretty good, and they underpaid me a little bit. All the way right here. Pacific. He was a friend of mine. Sing a song. It's on in every line. Marvin, sang of the joy and pain. He opened up our minds, and I still can hear him say, Pretty good place to meet with an editor. I got an editor trying to get a hold of me. So we'll have lunch. Probably at the Pacific table. He's from New Orleans. Don't know much about him. Well, my pants like to fall down. That's kind of vlogger I am. Okay. Now we got it. First, he's got to tell me why he wants to be an editor. I never met one before. Oh, no, I did. I completely forgot. I did meet an editor one time. I remember. Yeah, I have met an editor. I saw him pick up his newspaper off of Mulholland Drive in Hollywood. His name was Tom Noble. He worked on a movie called Witness with Harrison Ford. He has an Oscar. Night shift, I bet you're singing right. Oh, I didn't like that. Oh, I bet you're doing right. Oh, yeah. Picked up his newspaper. Well, he picked up his bathrobe. Yeah. So he was in his bathrobe. Tom Noble, he's in his complete bathrobe. And I'm in my car, which is a white Camaro. Like, he goes over and picks up his newspaper, bows, picks it up, and then looks at me. Turns around and goes back in his house. I never saw him again. That was his house. Diane Salinger was using it as a studio for her actors. I was one of them. So I did meet an editor. We'll have lunch at the Pacific table, if anywhere. I gotta wait for this fade out. And I don't know if I'm going left or right. Schmisty. Genesis Martinez called me Nicole. I said my name is Cole Spivey, and don't you forget it. Phone number, and I called her manager. I said, your manager was rude. And I went back in, but I kept the phone on. Okay. Okay. You go down the elevator, there's a little slash of light that flickers. That's very important to a filmmaker. That's how they roll. We'll look at that in just a minute. Going to Mellow Mushroom. We got a good one. Got it. Almost. Linda got upset. She started yelling. So I said, long live the New Liberty Party. Long live the New Liberty Party. So we left. Nobody was touched. And we opened the door for an old man that was a Vietnam vet earlier in life. I said, my father, he was drafted. My father taught you radar so we could kill you. We went to Chipotle afterwards. Linda kept walking. Then she went inside Chipotle. To ask for a job. So I stood next to her.
I said I wanted a sandwich. You ate my food, you little fucking punk. Thanks a lot. Call the cops.
For what? For eating her sandwich. Yeah, you don't want to eat other people's sandwiches.
I should not see for 30 seconds to eat it. You ate my food. You're selfish.
I ate both burritos. Both taquitos. I got in trouble. I should have done it.
I looked out the window.
I got nervous.
There were 2 Ford police
Utility.
Interceptor.
They're interceptor. Yeah. Those mean. They're mean looking vehicles.
Sorry, it's Ford
Police. Yeah. Interceptor utility.
Police Interceptor utility trucks. I think both were black. I immediately knew that we were fucked. I began to think of myself as a friend that went on to the cross, just like Mary turned to me. But it wasn't Mary that turned to me. It was Judas. Betrayed him with a kiss. I was first approached by Officer Simmons. He yelled at Linda. "There, you stop!" Linda began to shake. I told Linda to stop, and Linda stopped running.
Officer Zink politely approached her. Actually, she ran after her. They stopped Linda. I was held into the sunlight for more than 10 minutes. Linda was held by a tree. They questioned us and asked us why we went into Waterbury. That took 5 minutes. It was 100 degrees outside. Linda was taken to the edge of Chipotle by Officer Zink, a female officer that's hot as hell. Officer Zink, be nice. I promise you we don't work for ICE. You and your children, they're going to be okay. Then they began to move us together. 10 feet. 20 feet. Right here. They asked me to walk into the shade. It's about 60 feet. I never said my age. For mellow mushroom, that's very
No water
close,
was given
but
to
not
us.
direct.
My mouth.
No,
became
that's
dry.
a direct hit right there for mellow mushroom. It's a smart bomb.
Then, Officer Simmons.
Direct hit.
And they took my photo. Then, I had to sign a criminal trespass from the Westover Hills Whataburger, from the manager Martinez. 3 people lost their jobs today.
Good to go.
Then, Linda's photo was taken
That's pretty much mellow mushroom.
by
That's what it looks like right there.
Officer Simmons.
That's about 120 feet.
Officer Zink did not take the...
Got it. It's pretty good. Virginia Tech, do not tell them that you have a 22. Also, don't tell them that you have a 9mm and that you're a big Moby Dick fan. They might call you Sing Hong Chop. You did a lot of damage with that 22. 22, when it goes into your shoulder, it can come out your ankle. A 22 bullet can go in your head and come out your rib cage. You don't want to use a 22. It fucks them up. The 9mm will put them down real quick, but they can die hours later from the 22 bullet shot. Cops don't like them either. His name is Sing Hu Cho. He studied Moby Dick, like 22 guns. You got to be careful nowadays. You never know what will happen. In and out guy. He probably trained under that dude. Yeah. I don't remember it was Sing Chow, or what's his name? Sing Hu Chow. Hang on, let me look at this. Okay, I don't know about the Sing Hu. Hang on. Okay, the Sing Hu Cho. I don't know if they killed him or not. They might have. Sing Hu Cho killed like 22 people at Virginia Tech or something. It was like 10 to 20 people. I think he shot like 30 people. He was using a 9mm, 2 handguns. And he went into the English room and just fucking shot everybody. He was studying Moby Dick. He didn't like it. So he killed a bunch of people. He probably has some kind of reason. He also was a creative writer. He wrote some really raunchy plays. I think I want to do one of his plays. If he'd let me. I have to get permission. If he's alive or dead. I don't know if he's alive or dead. Let's see if they captured him. They might have captured him with stun guns. Oh, damn it. Unfortunately, he killed 32 students at Virginia Tech with a 22 and a 9mm. 32 died. He did study Moby Dick. He was an English major. He did send the report to NBC, and he used a 22 and a 9mm. He also took his own life. The guy at In-N-Out the other day, same deal. 2 cops almost got him. One was a former cop, and one was an actual state trooper, not in uniform. They sometimes predict these things. He went to the In-N-Out drive-thru, started walking around shooting people. Just recently happened. He took his own life. So did the Seong Hung Cho guy from Virginia Tech. Hey, if the FBI is spying on you, FBI, if they spy on you, call the local police. If the local police spy on you, call the FBI. They'll work against one another. Bolts on the information is Seong Hung Cho, or however you say his name. He killed 32 people at Virginia Tech with a 22 caliber, a gun, and a 9mm. 32 people died in that massacre at Virginia Tech. It did happen at an In-N-Out burger. It was a off-duty. No, actually, he was a state trooper was inside In-N-Out that took fire. Well, he gave fire from the drive-through window. He had them all laid down on the ground. Whenever they show the footage, it looks like they're laying all down on top of each other like some crazy clothed orgy. And then he jumped over, and then the other guy behind the guy that was in the drive-thru on foot. He was a former police officer that took a bullet in the shoulder. The guy had a handgun and an assault rifle, or some type of assault rifle looking thing. It looked like an assault rifle and a handgun. He took his life. Okay, so they have identified the suspect at In-N-Out. It looks pretty bad. A lady was shot through the drive-thru window. So he shot the lady through the drive-thru window. And he just randomly went up to an old man in a car and took him out. I don't know how many died though. It's pretty bad. They got a name. His name is C.H.A.D. Last name Williams. C.H.A.D. Williams. He's the guy that took him out. Yeah, he shot the lady at the drive-thru and he killed an old man. He took fire from a civilian former cop and he was able to hit him in the shoulder, or in that upper area. He survived. State trooper was inside, had everyone lay down in the kitchen, and then he returned fire through the drive-through window. So they had a gunfight. Then Mr. Williams took his own life. Don't know about where it happened. Did get the information on the C.H.A.D. Williams massacre at an In-N-Out. That happened in Idaho. It happened in Idaho. Yep. And he took his own life. So he killed the woman in the drive-thru window, and he killed an old man in a car. And then he went around. He took fire from the guy that was not in uniform, the state trooper that was inside. He took fire from him through the drive-thru, and he took fire from a former police officer that was behind the vehicle. And he was hit. The former police officer was struck, probably with a bullet. Yeah, and then they took him. Well, they didn't take him out. He took himself out. Not a lot of time went by. It happened within a matter of seconds, and then it was all over. He wanted to go through the drive-thru. He wasn't in his car though. He was walking on foot. He kept the assault rifles in his vehicle, as well as the handgun. These things make me nervous. Sorry. Well, for whatever reason it's worth, this one's going by in the middle of Lake Worth. It's the way to get to Hip Pocket Theater. It's off of Silver Creek. I used the name Silver Creek in the AKA Where Vlog screenplay because there's silver nitrate in the flamethrower. So there's a word Silver Creek that's used in AKA Where Vlog because he uses a flamethrower. And here is Hip Pocket. That's where I studied theater. Right in there. We were at a different area though. We studied off Las Vegas Trail. When we were with Hip Pocket when it was in a different area, further down this way, by the lake. It was when it was at Las Vegas Trail. They called it Oak Acres. But anyway, I wrote a screenplay, and it's kind of could be set in Lake Worth, and there's a flamethrower that's used in it that has silver nitrate in it to kill the werewolves, because silver kills werewolves. Now, the river in the screenplay, or in the sequel, is flooded with silver in one sequence to kill all the werewolves. He just dumps them in the river in this one sequence, and then all those werewolves kind of like die. But he also uses a flamethrower called Old Sherry to kill the werewolves. That would be John Blacksmith, right, who teams up with Gerald Ullman III out in Oregon. And they come here to Texas to a town called Barksville. I was fired from Revamp Security because I had run across some people and I was overheated, and they mentioned a shotgun. And it scared me because it looked like they were holding one. I cussed them out and they got me fired. It happened way over here, so I don't work for them anymore. I got one of their shirts on accident though. Right here. You see it? This street is called Goodnight Circle. Make a name for a play. Goodnight Circle. Anyway, Hip Pocket's out here. You gotta go see it. They do some of the best theater in the nation. And I worked with the mime director, the guy that started it. He does mime. I worked with him, and that's how we got to end up working with Marcel Marceau's people. Brian Beck and I. Brian's no longer around. But yeah, Hip Pocket Theater's out here. Bring mosquito repellent. And don't worry about beer. You can buy beer there. And barbecue. Their barbecue is some of the best in the world. It's old school barbecue style hickory smoked that they make themselves. They're experts on barbecue, as well as theater arts and Peter Brook stuff. They do kind of like Peter Brook style theater. They call it immediate theater. That's how I learned to do all this stuff. I learned it through theater. All right, we're going to drop off this order, which is basically, let's see where we are right now. Oh, wow. Someone bit it in the road. We're going to drop off this pizza. It's called Mellow Mushroom Pizza. It's the best pizza in the world. We're going to drop it off and pass another treat right here. Yeah, so in the sequel, the whole town becomes werewolves. But he's able to flood the river with this silver nitrate fluid. I got it kind of from the idea of Sisters Brothers. You ever seen that with John C. Reilly? Only he soaks them in the river and it kills the werewolves. He pushes them in the river, basically. He finds a way to do it with a truck and stuff like that. You got to read it. Oh, by the way, I don't have the sequel yet. I only have it in my head. The original is called Grace, parentheses, aka Werevlog, and a lot of times I don't use the parentheses. So it's Grace, aka Werevlog. There's probably a few PDFs going around. It's something I'm trying to get Gary Oldman to jump on with. I want him to play Gerald Ullman III. We'd do it out here probably in Lake Worth. Find an old ranch where Grace Lippon, the MMA fighter, lives. You got to read the screenplay to understand. Yeah, I kind of like it. It doesn't have a good enough front yard though, and it's kind of crazy. But they can do a lot with the computers nowadays. We're gonna try an experiment dedicated to. Nah, we're not gonna try it. We're not gonna try it because someone else died doing it. A guy named Anton Yelka died trying to do what I just did. Don't ever do that with your car. Yeah, no, he died. He was in like crazy. He died hard. He got pinned up against a fence, couldn't breathe. For some reason, I paused it. It just turned right back on. All they got around here is catfish at restaurants. And maybe you might can order some beef jerky at 7-Eleven. What in the world? Yeah, I'm trying. This is a really crazy driveway. I'm feeling the G-force right here. Let me see if I'm doing this right. In my mind, it seems to be right, but in the camera, it's not looking right. Whoa. Yeah, I know. This isn't easy at all, dude. Yeah, I know. Whoa. Look at the, yeah. That is Karozgan, dude. Yeah, I haven't done it in a while. Yeah, it's when you're going down. Yeah, I know. What in the world? Jesus of Jerry Mary. It's a new one. The dude that knew Mary named Jerry, they didn't talk about him in the Bible. Golly, that is in sync. Yeah. Oh, got me. Shit. That's what I didn't want to happen. Oh, well. We'll send them a check. Well, actually, it'll be the other way around. Nah, it's okay. Nothing happened. I got out. Okay, we'll just dismiss it. They got some really good pizza. This is Lake Worth. So, yeah, I could play... this could easily be Barksville, Texas. So, Grace, a.k.a. Weirvlog, is set in Barksville, Texas. It looks a little like this. Only an MMA famous celebrity UFC fighter guy named Grace Lippon. Real famous. Kind of muscly. He gets out of shape. He gets all big and fat and lazy. He already got his award through UFC. So he marries this ex-rock star wannabe lady that didn't do well at all. They live by a place that has a creek. Kind of like Silver Creek a little bit. And their sightings are really what it is mutilations from the radio. They learn about mutilations of cattle. They think there might be a werewolf somewhere out in Barksville. Looks kind of like this. Well, Gerald was once a minister for the Church of England in a place called United Kingdom. He lived in London for a long time, and he was a minister. Well, one day he came home, and his wife and kids were gone. No trace of them, no letter, nothing. They just vanished in midair, basically. She left him and took the kids. So he went crazy and left the church and started a YouTube page called Monster Quest, where he went out looking for monsters. Completely became a child. Started dressing up like an actor. Dressing up like he was in the 1700s, wearing like a weird outfit that had fur on it and stuff. Well, he used to go to this bar, all pub. Yeah, a pub. His friend Ian hangs out there, and a guy that looks like Anthony Hopkins they call Tony. Well, he goes there one day, and he watches this sports event on television from MMA, mixed martial arts, UFC. And it's a fight between Grace LePon and a guy named probably Shamrock, maybe. But it really was a guy named St. Patty the Great. And Gerald watches it and gets really into it, probably has a beer or two, and realizes that he has a tattoo on his shoulder that is this coven tattoo that only werewolves have, according to Gerald. And it gives him the reason to fly all the way to Portland and leave the UK behind, so he can meet up with this crazy YouTuber called John Blacksmith, who basically makes weaponry to kill werewolves. Well, John Blacksmith, Post Malone, basically is kind of a druggie, but he sells all this silver weaponry, especially for killing werewolves, online. Doing really well. He makes like $100,000 a year selling this weaponry for killing werewolves. John Blacksmith gets a message from the UK, from a guy named Gerald Ullman III. He wants to meet up and buy some of his werewolf, weaponry. His silver, not bullets. They don't use guns in it, but he has daggers and stuff that he wants to buy from him. Now, Gerald flies all the way from the UK to Portland to meet John Blacksmith behind a 7-Eleven. They go to an alleyway to make the exchange. He's going to pay him through like Cash App or something. And I don't know if it was Cash App or PayPal. He's going to pay him somehow. So he slides over the weaponry. He picks it up, looks at it. It looks good, looks silver. He asks him, "Is it silver?" Says, "Yeah, and all my weaponry is made out of silver." "Perfect. Pure silver." Says, "Yeah. Where are you going?" He goes, why you ask that? So they get into it on a conversation. He finds out that he's traveling with a guy named Mark, the Uber driver. The secret Uber driver. That's Gerald. Gerald Ullman III tells Blacksmith, "Yeah, you can come along. I hunt werewolves." "I thought you hunted werewolves." So they're going to go all the way from Oregon, Portland, Oregon, and they drive all the way to Barksville. Probably Pete Davidson takes them. And they drink and listen to songs like Seven, whatever, and fucking Werewolf in London and shit. They singing the songs and all that shit. They finally find Barksville. They don't smoke any weed. They just drink. And they finally get there. And now he's got to find LePon, which is Grace LePon, the mixed martial arts guy. He's somewhere. They built this bridge for me so I can get the shot. He's somewhere out there. And they look for him. He could be by a lake, maybe. Well, they find him. He lives in this huge ranch house with a lady named Rainy Love. She doesn't look anything like a werewolf, but she just shave her legs every once in a while. So what they do is they start spying on him using all this high-tech equipment. They hack into his Google Home so they can like look through their televisions and stuff, or something. And then he goes to this Lowe's to the guy, what's his name, Grace LePon. He has to go to Lowe's to pick up a tractor for Louise, the lawn care guy. He's a Spanish day worker, probably that lived in Mexico for a while, that works for him, paid cash only usually. He has a show in Spanish only that he does on YouTube about lawn care. Well, he falls in a hole and the werewolf gets him, and in that hole there's like Egyptian shit of cats and stuff. Kind of like that. And that werewolf gets him and drags him across this field. And there's more mutilation of like cattle mutilations on the radio and missing people and shit. There's got to be a fucking werewolf in Barksville. Well, Gerald knows it's probably Grace LePon, the MMA fighter. Because when they get to Lowe's, he gets in a fight with one of the Lowe's workers that has tape on the Well, he's got tape on there's tape on his cart at the bottom of the cartwheel. He gets all pissed off, and they see it from a distance. They go, that's a fucking werewolf. They get him on video fighting with this Lowe's guy, and they know for sure he's a fucking werewolf. Gerald says, we don't have any proof yet. We have to pull him out in the full moonlight. And that guy will be played by Jerry fucking Oldman, known as Gary Oldman. Did a movie called Romeo is Bleeding and shit. Now, he knows he's got to pull him out in front of the fucking moonlight in order to turn him into a fucking werewolf. They get it on videotape and they fucking kill him. And then they, send that into the report. Well, they got to talk Mark, the Uber driver, into ramming the gate. So he's got to ram the gate to get to the front porch, and then they drive the car in the front porch, and it goes into the house, and they claim mechanical failure. That's the best he could do. Damn fucking SoundCloud. Well, anyway, finally, fuck it. Mark, the Uber driver, happens to be a fucking Smashing Pumpkins fan. They're sitting out in front of the fence. And how are we going to get into Grace Lipon's ranch? There's a fucking fence there. Well, they're obviously going to have to ram the fence to get in. They just claim mechanical failure, rams the fence, they hit the porch and all that shit. Well, now Grace Lipon's pissed off because he's got a fucking car, economy-sized car, in his fucking living room. And these two crazy YouTubers that want to interview him. You're talking about pole vaulting in Steven Spielberg's backyard. So the cops show up. But they happen to show up with a guy named Bill Billingsley, who's a social worker. Okay. And he says, look, the guys aren't guilty. These cars fucking have mechanical problems. So sign this paperwork, and we can send it to the lawyer's office, and we'll set you free. It's mechanical failure. He didn't do it on purpose. So we're not going to make any arrests. Well, what? Grace Lipon says. These fucking guys ran their fucking car in my fucking house. My wife and I could have been killed. Arrest them. Sorry, we can't do it. You're going to have to sign this paperwork. This dismisses everything, and it shows it's mechanical failure from the car. That's what this certain Mark that's works for Uber, that's what he's saying. You want me to fuck you? I'll get a fucking lawyer. Now they get in a fight. We know you're a fucking werewolf, Grace. We know, and we're going to fucking prove it. Well, he gets pissed off, and he says, if you come back here, right in front of the fucking cops, if you come back here, I'm going to cut your head off with a reciprocating saw. That's one of the lines. You got to read the screenplay. Well, the cops, Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, are sitting there, and they're like, what the fuck are we going to arrest now? Right. Everybody just calm down. YouTubes come over here. He's talking about the two guys, John Blacksmith and Gerald Oldman. YouTubes come over here. So he separates it. They make sure nobody gets in a fight. They sign some paperwork on one of these, those little iPad things to make sure that everybody's okay. All right. When they ran the gate, Mark fucking decides to do it, before this is like going back in time, and they ran the gate. Mark decides to do it because they get a little drunk because they're going to pay him extra. But he has to listen to this when it happens. Jim Carrey does have a role in it. He plays Tim Berry. Tim Berry works in a feed store. And he works with a guy that looks exactly like Wallace Shawn. Or Sean Wallace, however you want to say his name. People get it mixed up. It looks like Wallace Shawn. And Jim Carrey is basically Tim Berry. He's just a worker. And he has to walk backwards out of the feed store because he has an OCD problem. But he also eats dry dog food. That's Tim Berry. Basically Jim Carrey. Wallace Shawn plays a character that runs this feed store. But he's into voodoo and hoodoo. And he likes to kind of like do it's like a thing that he does over the thing that he does over basically he does weird things to dry dog food with a chicken feather. Now, I don't know what it is. It's like a ceremony kind of thing. It's very much like a something that one of those guys do. What are they called? The guys. They're known as, I don't know what they're called now. My dad knows the name. They say Chrome. It's a word they use. One word they use. They use a lot of different words, but they don't write anything and they don't read anything. They do play the fiddle sometimes. They're known as a gypsy. He's like a gypsy, and he works in the feed store with Tim Berry. We got to find out his name because that's Wallace Shawn. And Wallace Shawn's still around. I was in the same room with him at the Actors Studio. I didn't know he was in there. It was a theater. It's called the theater. It's a theater that they interviewed movie stars in, and it's called the Tishman Theater. And Wallace Shawn was there when I was there at the same time in the same room. He would play the gypsy guy that runs the feed store. He knows for a fact there is a werewolf in Barksville. But he's going to kill him he's going to feed the dogs this certain type of dog food that's cursed with the werewolf curse, so that their dogs turn into werewolves. He wants the whole town to be werewolves. Now that would be the Wallace Shawn character. So he wants to turn everybody into werewolves, but he knows that there's only one werewolf there. They know. That's why he works there and runs the feed store. But it's going to be about the dogs and the werewolf, and that's going into the sequel. Eventually, the whole town is turned into werewolves because of this dog food. They feed the dog food to the dogs. The dogs bite their owners and turn their owners into werewolves. So the dog food, what it does is when they eat it, it turns the dogs into actual werewolves. Then they bite the owner, preferably in their hands, and it turns them into werewolves. Now they would go back in the back room and do weird gypsy thing, and then like Tim Berry walks backwards out of they're real weird, but they do really well selling the dog food. It does piss me off. They'll turn down your iPhone. This part's in it too.
Bang, bang, you're dead. Holding your hand. Bang, bang, you're dead. Holding your hand. Bang, bang, you're dead. Holding your hand. Bang, bang, you're dead. Holding your hand.
Man, they need to turn that shit up. Somehow the whole song. There's a lot of different versions of Silver Fuck. This one's known as Ache. Here are the cats in it too. Sounds very different. Style. Two of them. Bam Bam. That's a direct hit on two of them. They're coming out of the Sex Hotel right over there. Here's his partner right here, pulling up right here. No, it's right here. Okay. Show most likely will be cut. I'll have a content block. There's one of them right there. Got back to the laundry. She's waiting right there. The West Coast burger. They are very good. Chicken's good too, and their fries are okay. Just the amount. Good to go. That guy over there said I was good. We're gonna do a check on a couple of cops. Middle of the freaking day. Well, really, it's dinner time. That place right over there is a brothel. Yep. It's a fucking brothel. They can't do it with the guns. They go to prison for a long time. Like 200 years. I don't know about you. That guy looks like David Lee Roth. A young version of him. Now, when I was pulling up talking about Silver Fuck, there were two police officers in FPIUs, Ford Police Interceptor Utility, or they might have been Tahoes. I'm real bad on distinguishing between the Chevy Tahoe black and whites and the Ford Police Interceptor Utility trucks. I'm real bad. That may be something involved. Guy in Louisiana's trying to get hold of me. Now, they both exited a brothel. It's basically a brothel. It is a rundown hotel, extended stay / brothel that I know for a fact is a brothel and have proof of it. And they just left just now. Remember, Father, radio can't beat radio. Saturday, the August 8th, 7:22. I got 2 Chris Kyle style shots at them. Right from the side, right over there. No cruiser numbers. No badge numbers. Or they don't put it on their car. They will in the future. But no cruiser numbers that I could see. They were coming out right here. 2 of them. The brothel's right back there. We'll go right by it and show it real quick. I'll show you where the brothel is. Both vehicles, which are like Ford Police Interceptor Utility, yeah, they looked very similar to that. Came from this area. Hey guys, did y'all see any police over here? Okay, did you get the cruiser numbers? Okay, I don't need any information. Thank you, sir. And there it is right there. That's the brothel. Okay, that's right there. That's the brothel. And that's who they were selling to. The 2 police officers. They just left. I got them on camera. You'll have to review the footage. This is a brothel. They don't need to be over here. Ever. All right. Y'all see 2 police officers come over here? Yeah. Okay, don't tell me any other thing. I just need to know that. Thank you. They're over this way. Him and his partner came by. Now, they're going to lie about the reason why they were here. A lot of witness stuff. I need that to go through right there, that plate right there. It's Alabama. Okay. Hog Ball. Right there. Alabama. He's involved right there. That car, it's a Volkswagen. Right there. I got 2 of them. They're corrupt. 2 down.
No pain. And
Now they get the right computer guy. They might could study those shots that I got, and we might get them to go to prison tonight. They would be charged with sex crimes. Probably here in a couple of days.